Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker with your tarot card reading for this full moon phase. And this full moon is going to be in Aries. So, Sagittarius, people are going to open up to you. That's not the thing that is like interesting. The interesting part is that you're not going to run, because that full moon is conjunct Chiron. It is dealing with bringing forth wounds that we've been carrying for a long time. So if people show vulnerability, it is motivated by Aries, so by a fiery, strong, and yeah, well, self-confident energy. So that is something you can work with. That is something you're not afraid of. That is not like being overly sharing and emotional and whatever. You can deal with that also, like you're mutable, right? But it usually scares you when like people start to cry in front of you. The way they're gonna cry this full moon, or what is going to come to the surface, it's not going to make you run. It's going to make you feel proud of them for being able to own their emotions like that, right? Because you're going to feel the fire that is underneath that is motivating it. That being said, it is a general reading, so if the message doesn't resonate with you, feel free to drop the message. If it does resonate with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe, and share to whoever might enjoy this style of reading. We're going to do with the DNA spread, that is the spirit coming into manifestation, and then the energies balancing around it. With no further ado, let's see what your soul spot holds. That is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The soul spot has no negative connotations. It's your soul deciding. Your soul is infinitely, like internally, unlimitedly wise. Whatever. Yeah, like infinitely was what I wanted to say. Infinitely wise. So there are no bad cards in the soul spot. With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, your soul decided enough with the teamwork. You want to like do it on your own. Interesting. It's not exactly the energy, but it's time to come out of that Three of Pentacles, which basically means moving into a Four of Pentacles, like um, taking it one step further. Now you built it, you built a team, you know who's in your team. You've been relying on some resources, right? I remember, yeah. So taking a look at what you've built, and relying on other people, that gave you some stability in that change you were in. Now it's time to come out of that energy. So it's very much coming from that last reading, right? Your soul decided, okay, enough relying on the resources, enough relying on the team, on the thing that you've built. We got to find a way now to take it further. That's what you do. Now let's see, in the challenge or the theme of this experience in the spot of the nine, there's a wheel of fortune. That is cool. That is the sense that time is working for you, that everything is going smoothly, and that even if you don't see it, stuff is working out in the background, right? So things are moving. It means also you have the sense that you have to go with the times, right? So especially if it's in the challenge, there's all of the connotations in there, right? So there's going to be some good news if you manage to accept that it's all working for you, that the universe is conspiring for you, right? And that Wheel of Fortune is a very, very good card to have in the spot of the nine. It just means it's going to move. It's going to, like, there's forward motion, right? And the most pivotal kind of way. It's a 10, right? So it's not exactly a cycle closing out, but well, it's taken something to the next level. So it is a cycle in a sense, not the full cycle, but it is like, okay, now let's move further, right? And being very much aligned with that energy. That's beautiful. In the spot of the manifestation, what is it about? There's a Son of Swords in reverse. Son of Swords in reverse, not moving too hasty. Well, you're manifesting something that is not moving or not telling the truth, or someone. Yeah, is it your energy? I don't know. I don't think so. Really, I think you're manifesting. I mean, it's in the middle. It's in the middle line, so it's kind of your energy and the energy of someone else. But I get it's triggered from somewhere. Like manifesting a Son of Swords is not exactly what you want to see if you're wanting to move, right? In reverse, that is, because that is a card for movement. That movement is delayed because why? Why is it delayed? We're going to see in a bit what the energies are that you're working with here. The thing that gets you going, that gets you like in motion in a spot of the one, is the Justice in reverse. Like justice has to be restored, balance has to be restored, and what is happening is not fair. So you either move out of the situation or you rectify it, but it can't stay the way it is, right? So this injustice and dealing with all this shit from the last reading, I remember, like, this is motivating you to move forward, move further, leave it behind, clear out that generational karma, all that shit, right? On the other hand, that is the spot of the two, that is how this energy is received, how this impulse is received and balanced. That's the Daughter of Pentacles, starting something new, starting a new career, basically, right? Maybe not a new career, but a new project within a given career. Can be. It's not a fool, you know. Then again, it doesn't have to be a fool. This is a new beginning in manifesting a new reality, right? It also has to do with grounding yourself within yourself, being true to your own nature. But since you're coming from a Three of Pentacles in reverse, I remember the last reading, there's a Justice in reverse. So you're like, okay, we got to start something new, set it up right. Something that, like, we're going to be a greenhorn in, but it's going to be amazing, whatever. There's a lot of potential. It can even be receiving an offer, right? But it's not in the manifestation, so it's still in the internal world. It's still what your soul, how your soul is coming through the tree down in the manifestation. So that's more like the idea of having to start something new, and the impulse of actually thinking about how to, right? Like, because it's on the receptive side, it's in a two, like it is the thing balancing it. It's like, yeah, you need to get out of this injustice, but how do we actually do this? What way to go? Now, this could be a way, but for this I have to do this and blah blah blah. You know, it's like you're getting an impulse to start something new in reality, in manifestation, like for real, for real. Very beautiful. So what you're learning from these energies balancing out is like, you need to get out of this. So where do we start? Here comes the insight in the spot of the three. First, you need to get out of this. That's an Eight of Cups in reverse. That means you're done with the pain. You're done with the bullshit. You're done with things feeling shitty or making you feel shitty, right? There's an abundance of emotionality that is not exactly benefiting you. And you realize to start something new and feel good about yourself and about the reality you've created, you have to first get out of this emotional baggage bullshit, right? Get away from that. So basically, you're coming with a mindset that anywhere away from here is a good way. You know, any path that leads me away from this bullshit is a good path, and it's gonna work out fine. You know, I'm even more curious why you're manifesting that Son of Swords in reverse right here. We're getting there. We're getting there. In your challenge row, in the spot of the four, the things that give you a little security, the idea that gives you security is that Chariot in reverse. Well, it is your determination to come out of stagnation. It's like your sheer willpower is kind of giving you a good feeling. It's like, well, at least my intention is right. I'm determined to get out of stagnation, right? I mean, this is in reverse, so your determination is sort of not exactly lacking, but you don't know where to put it yet, you know? But since it's in the spot of the four, you know it's there, right? And even if this is delayed, this is not moving yet, you don't know where to put your determination towards, because you're basically just determined to get away from the shit still, right? You know that it's there. You know that if you found something you can put your heart into, you will, and you will make it work. So that is something to fall back on. That's something very beautiful. That's why you believe that this wheel of fortune is on your side, that whatever is turning here is turning in your favor. And the spot of the 5, the thing that is causing you friction or like taking it further, causing the change, it's also a good spot, especially if you want that change. That spot of the 5 is crucial for you. As the 3 of Swords, betrayal. Well, that betrayal, it can't be the only thing you're moving through, right? So the 3 of Swords is a card for betrayal because it is a strong conviction about matters of the heart that is coming from the mind. So that's often why it cages us in, why it keeps us stuck on something, right? That's why it's often a card for heartbreak, right? And that heartbreak is still staying with you, and it's tough to focus on the thing you want to achieve when you're still in mode of getting away from something, right? But it's going to balance, right? You're still very much in like trying to get away from the things that hurt you, which is a good thing, which is like your motivation right now is like, this is not fair, I cannot bear this, I have to generate something new. What is it, right? Therefore you have to forgive though, right? You have to forgive, realizing that this impulse brought you on a path where you need to go, like accepting that this new direction, whatever it is, it's going to be beneficial for you. That's how you can forgive the world that it happened, right? Because you know it was all good for something, right? That is you clearing out that heartbreak that you're coming from. I remember in the last reading, I mean, it was in there too, I believe, that heartbreak, that feeling of having to move away from something but still having to tie up loose ends, right? Now you have tied up the loose ends, now you got to move away from them. So, and also emotionally or in your mind, right? Because it's way too often that we like in a breakup or whatever, or quitting a job, whatever, the way we motivate ourselves to do that is by looking at the injustice and having a strong opinion about it, right? That strong opinion is very angry, and it's good for moving you out of a situation, but it's not good to still have if you're moving into a situation. That's why this Chariot is in reverse. So let's see, you will be able to forgive, and you're manifesting a way how to do that. Now let's see, in the spot of the 7, what you are attached to, like what you build your identity around, what you're good at also, you know. In the spot of the 7 is the Magician. It is in reverse. I wouldn't count on that too much. I mean, the Magician in reverse basically means that you're very good at manifesting stuff in your reality. So be careful what you wish for, right? Because when you're manifesting from a 3 of Swords, you're manifesting some ultra bullshit in your reality. You don't want that. Let's see what this Magician is looking towards, though. I mean, he's looking at that 3 of Swords right here. See, that's a leopard, and it's in reverse, so it's looking right here towards that. And this is where he's coming from, right? You're coming from the injustice of a heartbreak into the Magician in reverse, where you're trying to like reclaim your power, regain that power over your life, right? By starting something new with the Daughter of Pentacles into the Magician, like diagonally, right? On the other hand, the Daughter of Pentacles is moving into the Chariot in reverse, where you're like, I want to do something, but I don't know exactly where to put my energy, what to focus on, because like this is still clouding my judgment. And then in the spot of the 8, the thing that opens you up to abundance is the Tower. Well, the Tower is, I don't believe that the Tower is something, it can be something new that is coming in. But if that's so, I feel it's something positive, not just because I want, but because like a turn of events, also with that Wheel of Fortune here, a turn of events that is going to restore justice in a sense, right? That could be it, like something coming in that is pivotal, right? You kind of manifested it even if you didn't want to. I kind of hope that you didn't manifest some shit for the other party, you know? Kind of hope that you're not manifesting from revenge or whatever. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Sorry for that. Because that tower, I mean, like the tower bears, like one of the first thoughts I had is the acceptance that whatever happened to set you on a path, right? So the tower is something happening from the outside that is shifting your life into a different direction, and then you have to deal with the aftermath. That kind of already happened to you. I see it now here, that there is an acceptance in there for you to learn. But I kind of get the feeling that this tower is not exactly happening to you, but to the parties involved that were denying you justice. Now you have to be careful then that you're not, that you don't feel Schadenfreude. You know the word? It's a German word. I don't know if there's an English one for it. Basically, being glad about someone else's misery, right? It's not a good energy. So I feel like the tower is going to happen to the parties involved to restore justice, and you kind of manifested it from an unknown place, right? From that heartbreak, because you're a strong manifester. I mean, like Sagittarius, you know your way, right? Of generating a reality, because you're going with the flow. You're just like, just things just seem to work out for you. Not this time though, not every time. I mean, like, because you essentially believe that they always do, right? And that's why they always will. So that's why I get the strong sense with the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune here, that your part is to realize that this is all good to set you on the path, right? If you don't forgive, though, you're manifesting some shit in your reality. And that Son of Swords in reverse, well, you're not rushing here, right? You can't even rush because there's that Three of Swords still. So you can move away from things that make you feel shitty. Then you still carry a little of that pain. You're strong enough to deal with that pain. I don't have any worries about that. You're very determined. Even if you don't know where to put your determination in terms of manifestation, you're very determined to get out of this bullshit and make it work. That determination is a little delayed, of course, right? Because like you need something to focus on. You cannot focus away from something. You need something to put your focus on, you know? That's what you're looking for. And well, it's going to get lighter. That tower coming in is going to show you a lot. It's going to set some things right, and give you some, I don't know if clarity exactly, but some peace of mind, I guess. Son of Swords, is that guilt? Not exactly culpability, but a feeling of guilt, could it be? Son of Swords in reverse, manifesting here. Like the wish you didn't wish for it. I kind of get lost in the narrative here, but I do feel that tower is not exactly your problem. It is just something happening that is gonna help you a lot with figuring this shit out. You know, just maybe even like ease you out, you know. Let's see, the spot of the six, the epiphany you gain from that, what you're realizing from that, and maybe even feel good about. The Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, I mean, like, you've put the seeds in the ground already. You know what you're doing. You've evaluated everything. You got everything you need to know. You just cannot get stuck in this evaluation. Seven of Pentacles, a strong sense of identity about what you've built, right? You had the Seven of Pentacles in the last one, I believe, also, right? Very interesting. There's something in there I'm not seeing. I have to admit, there's something in there I'm not seeing yet because it's very complex. And I don't want to get lost in the idea that this tower is happening to someone else but you, that was involved in that justice, and that you need to be careful what you wish for. Like, you're taking stock, basically, and also realizing that all these all these earthly things, all these possessions, they don't mean so much to you actually, right? It's like a Seven of Pentacles where you realize it's more about the growth, it's more about learning from the experience than actually accumulating shit, and having something to focus on, you know. It's very interesting. You're manifesting a Son of Swords, though. A Son of Swords in reverse. That is you not exactly moving. That is some truth unspoken. And if that tower is actually happening to someone else but you, where like things are suddenly shifting, right? Where you're like, ah, okay, if I knew that before, I wouldn't have stressed out so much. You know, that kind of deal. There's a sense of guilt in there because you know about your power. You know that you could have subconsciously manifested some calamity befalling the people that wronged you. There could be a sense of guilt in there that you actually would want to talk to someone about that believes in that kind of crap, right? Like me, for example. If that's so, I do personal readings online, so hit me up. Maybe we can get a little clarity into that manifestation. You are manifesting a tower subconsciously. It's going to make you reevaluate what you built, and something you haven't addressed yet, right? A truth that has to be spoken and addressed. And I bet it is tied to this Three of Swords. I mean, like, that's the pain you carry. That is basically the blockage that is still there, right? And the place from which you manifest a tower. And I don't want you to manifest another tower in your reality. You just had one, right? Or like been called to deal with the aftermath of a tower. That so like, but the good thing about a tower is it's going to set you straight. It's going to show you where to go. You don't have a choice about the tower. You just like, it just happens, right? That's actually a good thing. When you're stressing out on where to put your determination, the Wheel of Fortune kind of tells you you cannot know where to put your determination yet, because what you do not know is that there's a tower coming that's gonna like flip the playing field, like gonna flip the chess field just like that, and you have to set it up anew. I kind of, like I said, I kind of get the sense that it's for someone else but you. It involves you. It involves the ties to you. It's gonna feel like a sense of karma, you know, where you're like, ha ha ha. See, it wasn't my job to like fuck you over anyway, because the world did it, right? There's your karma. Um, make sure yeah, that you don't like fall into that Schadenfreude. Um, well, because it's not exactly honorable, right? It can be that you actually manifested this in a way. They manifested it. If they're like, if they have been unjust, then this is what they get, is the universe setting them straight. If it's happening to you, I believe it's going to help you let go of the Three of Swords. So if it's actually for you, it's good news. I get it. I get that for you, the tower is a positive shift of events, um, but one that is going to make you address this son of a bitch right here. Oh, fucking no, man. Like, there's something unaddressed, unspoken, and like, it can also mean that you're still not moving away. You want to move away, but you're still not moving away because there's something happening that you couldn't foresee, that you haven't accounted for. That is that tower, right? And that tower is gonna make you again take a look at what you left behind, what you already built in your life, and maybe what has potential to grow in your life. So that Son of Swords, I guess it's more about movement because you had a lot of talks, right? It's not so much about speaking the truth, and seeking the truth is more about movement here and about a news coming in, but coming in delayed because there's a tower happening first, right? So Sagittarius, whatever the fuck is happening in your reality right now, um, it is you feeling like you're in limbo, wanting to start something new, not wanting to know where to put your determination because your determination is basically to get away from something. It's not a right thing to start something. However, it is very much aligned with the times of the universe because there's a tower coming in. There's a moment that's going to shift things, like good news um, about, um, well, your work, basically, your life. And I kind of get the sense that it has to do something with the injustice that happened that it's going to rectify, right? And that you, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles gets a real beautiful vibe from me here. It is you taking stock and being like proud of what you built because that tower cannot rock you in a sense, right? And you've been dealing with that tower. I think, no, I don't feel like it's happening to you. It has big implications for you in terms of how to forgive and forget. Not forget, forgive, but leave behind, right? Um, and trust in your powers and all that shit. But then you're going to probably realize that's the reason why you haven't been moving, because it had to clear out, right? You had to make that decision, wanting it to clear out. Then you're manifesting that it clears out, and it's going to clear out in some unforeseen way where you're like, aha, okay, if I only knew. No, well, now we gotta rethink this, or like now I can finally move, you know? So Sagittarius. If that resonated with you as like semi-clear as it was, maybe it was a little clearer to you. The answers are always in your associations, always what you associate with the cards, right? That is giving you an answer. So you always have to see it through your lens, especially because it's a general reading. If that resonated with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram and all that stuff. My website, daywalker-bali.com and daywalker-bali.shop. The newsletter sign-ups are open, so I can inform you when the shop goes live. It's going to be amazing, right? And yeah, thank you so much for bearing with me through this. And I hope there's going to be some good news for you. I feel it. I feel that Tower has a very positive energy for you because you're waiting on this, right? And enjoy it very much. Enjoy it, right? Hey, let me know. Let me know what that tower was for you. What was the pivotal moment before the solar eclipse, before the eclipse season, that kind of set things right for you, where you suddenly knew where you have to put your energy. Yeah, we'll see. Let me know. I'm curious. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I love you.